Okay, Harry.
Welcome to a very special
Rob.
bonus episode of
Why
the
not
Darkest
you?
Timeline
Just don't
podcast.
rock back and forth while
How
you're
about
doing it,
this?
Ken.
Are you play for the
You
top?
can't ever do a
Rob,
take
I don't have
without
any
just like
hands.
overlapping
Oh,
each other. Just
Welcome to
Well, okay, are you
the
play this instead?
special bonus
I
Darkest
just don't want to play that.
Timeline.
I look serious. Oh, come on. That'll be
I
fun.
am rocking
Not
with
gonna do
joy because
Harry,
this is a
It's
very
46.
special episode.
Fine.
It's going to look
But,
different
it's narrative
and
in front of
sound
me.
different
Okay, it's time to we
in
can
its
get out
scope
there.
because this occurred right after a community table read to benefit COVID-19 relief efforts with Jose Andres, World Central Kitchen, and Frontline Food. Oh, right, and Frontline Food. Yeah, so
This is it's going to air on May 18th, the actual
18th.
community table read.
yeah, at 2 p.m. PST, and I just want to thank everyone at Sony for allowing us to air this podcast early, and I just want to thank everybody involved. And it truly was a magical moment, and it was but even more importantly, this was again to benefit COVID-19 relief efforts. And on behalf of the Darkest Timeline, we've also made a donation as well to the World Central Kitchen and Frontline Food. So we're really honored to be a part of this on so many levels. So please donate to Jose Andres, World Central Kitchen, and Frontline Foods for COVID-19 relief efforts. And
These kitchens are making food. They're making meals for essential workers and people in need. And obviously, there are millions of people in need, and doctors and nurses and firefighters and police officers, you name it, and they can get these meals for free. So please donate. And this. What you're about to see is a Zoom call with the cast of Community right after, as Ken said, right after we finished reading the script. And it was a bunch of old friends came back together, and you're going to see everybody cry. It's great.
Yeah, it was again, like Joel said, just really magical, and really, and we also just want to remind everybody to tune in to the community table read and Q&A, which will be posted on the Sony Pictures Television Community YouTube page on Monday, May 18th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank everybody at Sony. Thank you guys for your continued support of the podcast, and we hope you enjoy it.
Yes, and if someone would donate a comb to Ken, that would be great. So here we go.
Rob, you're very trying to help me.
All right, Ken, ask us some questions about the show, podcast.
Oh, okay, yes. We'll just do, this is just like a bonus episode of Darkest Timeline podcast with Joe and Mikhail. We have, I don't see everybody on the gallery view. I see Dan Harmon, I see Yvette Nicole Brown, I see Allison Bree. That's all I see right now. I see Danny Pooty. I don't know if everybody else is still on. I don't know if can I? Oh, is Jim Rash? I hear Jim. I hear Jim.
What is
I hear
happening?
Jillian.
Going great.
Go to gallery view.
Every episode.
Gallery
view.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let him
I didn't
finish.
see. Okay, I didn't see her. I'm sorry. Because I didn't want to give any. I didn't want to get anyone if they want to leave, they can all leave. Okay. So it's Ken, John, Joe, Mikhail, Jim Rash, Dan Harmon, Donald Glover, Danny Pooty.
Bye.
Lost
Jim.
Yeah. Jim left. Jim.
Now it's down.
And this is just a very special bonus.
This is a 2-hour special. We're very excited.
It was just literally just to say hello to every and just to ask how it felt, just doing the table read, how it felt talking, to Michael Snyder. It's been more of a post Michael Snyder, I just want to know what you felt about Michael. How did he do?
Isn't Michael right behind Donald right now?
I think Michael's right. Is that him? Oh, classic Snyder. That's Snyder right there.
Yeah.
After dark.
I thought it was a cave at first.
It is a cave.
It's a cave. I thought it was a cave.
It is a cave. It is a cave.
Donald. No.
Yvette, why did you send that to him? That because you knew he was going to put that up.
I don't have a penis.
Your boyfriend. Come
Or a
on.
white penis, anyway.
All right. No more penis.
That's not.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Is that Kermit's penis? Donald, no.
was fun.
Let him do it.
No.
Let him
do it.
Oh my God.
All right, you guys. That's enough. I'm sorry.
Donald.
All right.
I'm so traumatized.
Oh, man.
Oh, look. Dan's. We're
Oh,
playing.
Look at Dan.
Hollywood Squares.
Wow.
So meta. You do that so fast.
Yeah, I know. You're so good at
You
these.
do that. Yeah, I love that one. Yes.
How Pedro responded to reading some of those jokes for the first time was truly how I felt reading scripts of their show for the first time constantly. It was just such a joy to experience that again. And being like, what we made was hilarious. And so I'm just happy we got a chance to do it again. And I think doing this show, it was at a time in our life where we were, it was just a very special time, really special time. And I remember like little things like Offset as much as being on set, like sitting in the tank at Paramount listening to Heartbeat with Donald in his car for the first time and being like, shit, you're gone. You're really good. And I never got to play you my mixtape, but it's fine.
What? You never played it.
Could you imagine if Donald's music was just really crappy, but he was just as passionate and he was still listen to this?
I wouldn't be here because I'd be like, you guys weren't my real friends. You guys are like, it's really good, Donald. It's gonna keep doing it. It's gonna go for a long time.
Yeah, that's to me all the memories of this comes back to all the time, like literally at like 2 a.m. bits of like too many feet of like doing just stupidest things, you know, but having the best time ever. So that's been really nice to revisit those memories.
Yeah.
But how the goodness. Oh, what did I
Remember
say
that character that you used to do?
You can't do it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't do it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Troy. I was like, yeah, I remember.
I'm not that
Remember
successful.
Troy.
Yeah.
I can look. I can IMDb myself.
You know I
No, do you mean the homeless character who wanted to blow Joe? It's over and over again.
I was definitely wondering how you're going to explain that character.
He just went right for it.
He just went right for that. That's how he want. That's just all he wanted. I mean, I think we all know the best one was there's an alien coming that's cutting off penises, and you have to hide your penis in my mouth to make sure it's safe.
Make sure it's safe. You also was like one was like bad news. The government has made dicks illegal. Quick, hide yours in my mouth.
No time to explain.
And Alice and I were pretending. We were pretending to be married, and there was always a dinner party happening.
But also the joke was like, why do you keep inviting me? Like, why do you keep these things? Which I was like, I thought was great. No, that was really fun. I just feel like the whole. Yeah, it's very weird. Like I said this on the variety thing, but I'm like, at the time, I felt like no one was watching us, which I think allowed us to be ourselves. Like, you know, like we were very. It felt like I was just like in a room with my friends, and we were just doing bits and playing around. Like even the script we read today, I was going through. I was like, oh, there's so much improv stuff that I saw in the episode. Being like, oh, everybody was improvising little bits and stuff like that that weren't in the script.
In the script, yeah.
Because we were like joking around so much. So it's like it's interesting now to go back and see the show as something that like my kids can watch and I can watch and be like, this is almost like a capsule of like a very like honest time. Like I don't know any shows. I mean, I haven't been on like a lot of shows like that, but like, I don't know any shows that felt like that.
Yeah, I think the thing was also so special was that like everyone genuinely found each other funny. And I started the show with zero experience in comedy, was so intimidated by everything. And I
never thought you were funny.
No,
like I always thought you were really funny.
I did too. I did
You
too.
always be like, I'm like, but your readings are so funny. Like, it's like,
Literally, my kids are doing your pizza dance right now.
Oh my God, yes.
Only you could have done that. Me, pizza, me so hungry.
Yeah.
I remember you did the Christmas tree dance, and Donald looked at you like he couldn't believe what he had just seen.
It was so weird. I was like, man, this is the funniest. I was like, maybe it's just late. But this is the funniest thing.
Sometimes it was.
Sometimes it was just
at
late.
3 a.m. Sometimes things were hysterical to us, and the crew was just sitting there, dying inside.
I have children.
That's what made me think when we were trying to get this, they probably won't show it, but us getting ready for this and reading that, I was like, oh, this is what it was like.
Yeah.
It was just a cacophony of us talking, and that poor woman Caddy's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Muted all of us. That was
Muted us, as she should.
Muted everybody.
As she should.
I know, but I was like,
AD wish they'd had that function.
I know, Tristan could not do that.
No.
Like, poor Tristan.
All right, Ken, what's another question?
Well, it's really not a question, but it was like something I was just thinking about where, my kids are 12 and so they grew up on the show and so we've been watching Community for the last 2 years, and it's just so cool to see my daughters just really love the writing of it. Zoe in particular, who does a lot of writing and does a lot of like animation, and she does stuff on the just at school where she's encouraged to go into writing, and she really just the wordplay and how lyrical the show is, and it as a parent, it lets me, like, especially the hot lava episode, that's my kid's favorite episode. Just the wordplay that goes in, and kind of like the floor argument between Jeff and Britta, like they just know that, just the wordplay. It's
my
really
12-year-old
cool
when that scene's on, he's like, "Dad, get in here! You lose in this scene."
Very supportive children.
That's Joel's child.
You lose. He usually puts a motherfucker on it. I have a problem when I watch the show now because I burst out crying when I'm watching it sometimes.
Really?
No, kid. And they're like, "Are you crying, Dad?" And I'm like, "It's fine. I took the time way back when, and it's fine. I'm still alive."
No, it's hard. It's like you watch the. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say, just on that note, that I was making Davey rewatch the season 2 paintball finale because he walked in the room and it was on, and I was like, "You have to stay!" And when it was slow motion, Shirley and Britta driving the golf cart, he looked over at me and he was like, "Are you crying?" And I just was like, would be the ones to work together. And then I had even forgotten that Kirsten, spoiler alert, is the one that actually saves the day. And I was like, and then Kirsten that made me out of the room. Anyway, I've also crying watching some episodes.
Yeah.
Cheers, Miguel.
I was so happy seeing you guys in October. I blacked out, so I was
Oh, okay, yeah. So to recap for you, Ken, you had a great time at the dinner.
I had the best time. I didn't remember anything, and
one of the.
It was insane.
Side of you that
I hadn't blacked out since college. And we've talked about it on the podcast, how I just was, when I was drinking Heinekens all day, and then by the time we had dinner,
Are they paying you now?
Yeah, well, I did. I have a deal with him, so I don't. Maybe not now anymore, but it was like. So I was drinking, and then I was so. I've never like gotten so drunk out of just pure joy. I've just never, and by all accounts, people I've asked, they were just like, "You're a happy drunk," and I'm like, glad. So I was.
You were.
No, you were super happy.
Yeah, as long as I was
You really wanted Donald to know that he was great in
else.
Alien Brilliant.
I have no idea what that means. I have
Oh my God.
And neither did anyone else.
We all have, unfortunately, we have those videos from that thing, and I still have one on my phone that I watch every now and then. And I must send you at some point because I just can and we see everybody's action. You are screaming, yelling. I mean, as if Danny and I think Donald are like miles away from you. Like we were already 6 feet apart by the time you were talking. And all you can hear off screen is Joel go, "Hey Ken, talk louder."
And like I keep being like trying to, because I just got there. Like I got there late.
Yes.
So I'm like, "So Danny, how's it going?" Like, and you're just like, "Listen, man. Listen.
Alien Brilliant!
Gillian, you got that video of Ken going through Alien Brilliant.
Oh yeah.
And then
that movie. But just on.
Share him in the group chat. Share him in the group chat.
I will. I'll send it to you.
I need to send this one.
There's a group chat? I'm not in this group chat.
You're not in the group chat?
After this, I literally was going to be like, no, we should have a group chat. There's no group chat.
We assumed you were too busy, Donald.
So y'all didn't put me in this fucking group chat. Wow.
I mean,
That's her.
It is kind of funny that afterwards I was like, wow, I'm gonna start a group chat. You guys should. If I had started one, would you guys have told me there was one already?
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't have said it.
No, this is a great idea.
I swear to God, I would be the first. I am such a coward phony. I would never. I was like, oh my God, that's a great idea.
You know what I meant to say? I meant to say put it in a group chat.
Yeah.
You misheard, Donald. You misheard me. Put it in a group chat.
Yeah.
Speaking of actually like, I've gotten more sentimental too. Like I've gotten like more, a lot more. I think just having kids and just losing people just like makes you sentimental about like life in general. I was like talking. I was talking to my partner just about something, and then she's like, everybody knows kind of about something. She's like, everybody knows. And I instinctively, not even thinking, but everybody knows. Which is something that we had. And she goes, what? And I just tear up. I was like, oh, it was a dream.
Besides, we could do it a lot.
Like it felt like I was like, oh, it's a dream.
Yeah. By the way, that's where the
When you think about it, in the morning,
the breakdance episode of Chang going, everybody knows you need at least 7 people for a breakdancing competition.
No.
Lockathon.
And another scene from Pop and Lockathon, and another scene that I thought none of us could get through without laughing was Ken's ending to that scene being like, check out this exit move. And Joe Russo would come in and be like, great, and Ken, if we could just get a faster one, and we don't need to. That was like, great.
Don't worry, it's just a
Buddy, can we just pace it up?
Because it's not like you can cut around that. You can't like ever start doing it.
Blanket apology.
You can't like dissolve to an establishing shot in New York. It can't. We're hostages.
You just tap your finger and you do a thumbs up and kind of be like, got it.
Don't worry now.
No, I mean it's so funny. I mean it's funny even when I did Dr. Ken for a couple of seasons and then I'm not asking.
Donald didn't bring up Atlanta.
I know Donald didn't bring up Atlanta. I know.
So
but
go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
Can I bring up? But it is you get to see it from a producer's perspective of just kind of even actors that I'd worked with on my show, and then like hurry on, get on with it, stop. I would start getting mad when people would improvise too much, and so I just thought of like how hypocritical I would be as a
professional you would be,
as an actor. Yeah, and so just the last 2 years, at the very least, having my own show, got to appreciate what everyone behind the scenes had to put up with. It's kind of
It must have been hard for you to say that. I appreciate it.
I love that this has turned into a healing for everybody.
It's a very healing.
Wait,
and Dan was on this. Dan was on the season finale, and he saw me all stressed out. I think I had an argument with Sony about something, and Dan said, "Not as easy as it looks, huh?" And just like walked away.
Can we talk about when I wandered onto the Dr. Ken set?
Oh yeah, you could talk about it. It's fine. It's fine. I was in the mood. I was in the bad mood.
Shooting something else on the Sony lot, and Ken was shooting Dr. Ken, and I just
Promos.
walked in,
International
and he
promos.
was like mid freak out, and I just stood by the monitors and started laughing because seeing Ken yell at people made me laugh.
I was in the mood.
And he was like, "Who is that?" And then she was like, "Oh, criticism
in the mood," and I behaved badly. And then seeing Gillian, it was actually, and I've never told you this. Just seeing you calm me down because of you. And I think like the cast and the producers were happy when you were there, because when I would see a friend, and then I would just start just joking around. I'd either yell or giggle. I think that's all I remember. That's what I think producing is for me, yelling and giggling.
Let me see if I can get Allison back. Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Sorry about that.
But I just love what you're talking about.
Let's talk about Glow. Now, segueing into you are directing. You directed episodes. How does it feel for you to direct, Allie?
Finally, outdo.
Oh, we lost her again.
I'm trying to integrate you.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to try to integrate me. I'm integrated.
The worst.
Just like when you were.
What the hell are you talking about?
Snug with Jack Black.
Yeah, and he's got an essay portion, and it's gonna be that luscious Fanny.
Just stay here like
I forgot about that.
Even the bird.
Directing.
It was for the movie for the King in Hamlet.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow, they gotta be paying her so much.
That's so great.
Well, it's the back end, Donald. You
It's that back end.
Sweet
Netflix
back
has taken
end.
over by telling people, hey, in success, we will share these profits.
I got an envelope from Community. With a form in it to send them back a check for the envelope. The price of the
I said this on your podcast already, but our season 1 wrap party was on our own set, and the art department had to decorate their own wrap party.
Yes.
Worse than they had to decorate it, they couldn't drink at the wrap party because then they'd be drinking while doing their job, which was to take down the wrap party.
Oh my God.
That's horrible. Hey, aren't you working electrical? Give me that champagne. What are you doing? You're
That's crazy.
Gonna get this shit out of here when we go home.
Right.
And Sony's like, perfect. We have our workaround. Just make the art department do everything.
Wait, they just made a party last week.
Yeah. We always had a party.
And we also had 5 dances. All 5 dances.
5 dances.
And we were talking about that T-shirt, which we should have made. All 5 dances.
Oh
yeah. I just always go watching back the episodes and just like, man, we got to do a lot of stuff that like children get to, like the food fights and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, when do you get to do this all the time? Like maybe you get to do one movie or one show when you get to do one of those things, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. And I was like, no, every episode, I'm like, oh yeah, we did do that. Like, we got to do that. Like,
it's crazy to me when I see stuff that we did on the show that if I asked for it from people that were drawing it, they would be like, no, it's too much to draw. But you get the guy from Breaking Bad comes around the corner with a fire extinguisher propelled tank that he made out of desks and lockers.
Yes.
Lava episode. I'm like, wait, weren't we always being told we were out of money?
that's what exactly. I was watching it. I was thinking the joke the entire time I was always hearing like, we don't have a lot of money. We don't have a lot of money. And then be like, well, we got to build this giant chicken spaceship, like kind of thing.
I truly think it was just ignorance. It was like that was my biggest defense because I didn't come up through the ranks as like a, so they must have thought I was trolling them. But I genuinely would have like gaps in my logic where they would be like, well, your show costs too much money, and then I would genuinely think, okay, but it's okay because the next episode is set in a world beyond time. So like the tables will be uninvented. So they'll be like the newspapers will be in a different language. That's cheaper, right?
Island?
Be like, why are you fucking with us?
Shirley Island.
Shirley Island was elaborate.
It was insane.
Yeah.
I think there was I think on the first paintball, I remember Pat Keeling like looked at Justin Lin and just like, you have to shut it down now. And Justin went, okay. And then he waited for him to walk out, and he's like, let's keep going. And kept going.
That was the first friend I ever made on that set, but you guys notwithstanding. That was like the Russo brothers knew Justin from like film school or something, and I was like, oh great, another fucking dude from the Russos know or whatever. And then he was like, he pulled one of those, and it was like, oh, this guy's just like a kid like the rest of us. Like he's just trying to figure out how
to sneak it in.
Yeah, that was like,
excuse me,
I want to work with this guy forever.
I remember when I brought. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say he directed the Halloween episode the first season too, and they came to get Yvette and I. It was like 4 a.m. maybe to come in and dance at the end of the episode, and I had never experienced until this show that if you stay up for too long, your contacts kind of fuse to your eyes and everything goes blurry. And I was like, I can't see. And I remember you led me to the set. I mean, dressed as a squirrel, going back to things that children do. I'm dressed as a squirrel, I can't see. Right now. They just shove Solo cups in our hands and go, dance!
And we just went. And here's a fun fact, Gillian. I had my contacts in too, and I couldn't see either. So we literally was the blind leading the blind.
I just remember Joel having like some magical, because Joel always had some weird cures. So he had this like magical blue solution that he would put into his eyes. He's like, take some of this. And I'm like, I'm not putting that. I don't know what it is in my eyes.
I
eventually put it in my eyes, and it was fantastic.
It was great, and I used it so much that I developed an allergy to it. And we had to have a doctor come to set because my eyes were permanently red unless I used it.
Offense, Ken.
And
a real doctor.
I remember the doctor was like, how often are you using these blue drops? And I was like, before every like couple of takes. And
they're dangerous, right?
I remember he was just like, you have to stop doing that. And I was like, it's very good advice, and I will take that advice. But I remember my eyes were red for days. Wow.
Well, now we have Lumify, which is a brand new product, and I'm not even kidding. It's just actually used to treat glaucoma. Lumify is very safe. It's used for glaucoma, and at a low dose, it whitens all the eyes. Doesn't have the same kind of chemical that's in Visine.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
What's going on?
No, but I just really like Lumify.
That Honda episode.
No, I just like Lumify.
Ken, you're telling me there's a product out there. I have red eyes. With a simple drop or two, I'm safely making them whiter?
It's owned by Herbalife?
Herbalife making Lumify used to treat glaucoma, which is high blood pressure in the eyes. So if you overdose, your blood pressure's better.
That's great. Let me grab my LaCroix and take a
Well, this is a podcast, so it wouldn't be LaCroix. It would be something that has to do with
Film it,
going
yeah.
bald or
energy drink.
Are you telling me there's an alarm system that can make my penis get hard?
Really?
Yes.
That was quick.
And mail me a box of underwear? So will I play Best Fiends?
Oh my God.
No, speaking of, and I don't know, but Pat,
Corporate
kindly,
sponsorship.
I know, perfect segue, but Pat was my line producer as well, and I would ask him because I'd heard that community. I'm not trying to.
Were you yelling at him the day that Gillian?
Was I yelling at him the day we got canceled? No, no, but I had because I'd asked Pat, like, I heard the budget because I heard you guys are the show was always like budget neutral or even under budget on community. So But Pat just straight up said, I said, how did that happen? Pat said, simple. I would just lie to Dan.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Pat would just say, no, I would just straight up lie to Dan. Just say, I got nothing. So over Dan.
Well,
Wow.
Remember when there was a possum living in our prop room?
Yes. Yes.
No.
I was like,
I didn't know that.
That was the first time I was like, oh, we're poor. We're really poor. There's a possum in this. There's a possum in the prop room.
There's no possum episode coming up because I know the Raiders are making this shit up as we go. There's no way that possums are for a reason.
It was like a fucking Simpsons joke. I'm like, I'm walking in there and they're like, they're feeding a possum that fits into the walls. I'm like, wow. This is hilarious.
We had a possum, and then I remember reading about Zooey Deschanel having her all the sound stages steam cleaned for one for ghosts, no joke, and for for her sinuses. And I was just like, they can afford to steam clean sound stages, and we have a live possum.
Well, then we
hard to get that New Girl thing out of the show.
we like
did,
ghosts.
yeah, that's true. We did like ghosts.
We welcomed ghosts on our set.
We did.
So in your
We
face,
did.
girl.
She left again. She just.
Hey, where are you, Allie?
She wanted to leave on that one.
Netflix. BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman.
Oh, there she is.
He grew like Groot.
Show like
We learned some.
Oh yeah, you're right. What's going on?
Allie, there's another great thing on Netflix. It's a movie called Always a Bridesmaid. It's streaming right now on Netflix.
Oh,
okay.
Have a copy.
There you
Do
go.
you have a poster of it or a picture of it at all?
We learned with your friend.
It's happening.
You need to take care of everybody.
Oh,
That's
who
right.
wrote-
She wrote and produced that.
It's streaming on Netflix, guys.
Up of many faces.
And
I
congrats. Congrats on that.
I wrote it and
you
second
really?
produced it.
She
I
wrote
did.
it.
You didn't know
Yeah.
that?
Love your
I
neighbor.
didn't know that. It's on Netflix, Donald. You should watch
all
it.
right, I'll watch it tonight.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, you wrote and produced that. You have like 2 shows on Disney Plus, and they're.
Did someone say Disney Plus? What?
Gosh, don't let Allison's going to leave if we say
I don't
Disney
want to take
Plus.
Oh, I don't want to
But
cause a
Disney Plus is
rift. I
great.
don't want to cause a Disney Plus Netflix rift.
Hey, look what you did. Look what
come
you
on.
did.
Come back,
Allison is not
Allison.
You have to
Allison.
lure her
All right,
back.
Donald has to go, guys.
Netflix.
love you.
Netflix.
I love you
Bye.
guys.
I love you guys. All right.
Donald, get on the group chat.
All right.
Donald,
You
Donald,
better add me to the fucking group
start
chat.
a group chat.
Yes.
Tonight.
Yes.
Start a group
Ready?
chat.
You're gonna want to get off it pretty fast.
I know. You will. You want to mute
Ken
it
is lightning fast in his thumb up. All right.
All right, guys. Good night, guys.
Love you all.
I love you guys.
Guys.
Love you.
All right. Bye.
I'm the one
Good
that
night,
has
you
to
guys.
go.
Oh, no, I'll let
Oh,
Allison
you wanted
leave
to
last.
stay?
It'll just be
Love you
between me and
guys.
now. Yeah.
Alex, bye, guys.
I gotta
I
go.
love
Bye.
you.
Bye,
Bye,
Danny.
guys.
So much.
Bye.
So beautiful.
Oh, wait. Did they? Oh, no.
Yeah.
The untalented people.
Oh, I'm still here, Dan. I heard it. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No.
Now I'm
So, guys, the pressures of being talented. What's up?
Bye.
I got to get back to West Elm and I got to stock these shelves.
But they're fully.
Fuck. High road it.
Oh, wait. What happened?
I gotta
Oh.
pee. That's
Yeah, I do too.
Believe of all.
I should just go. That was lovely, guys.
That was lovely.
Sorry, guys. If anybody has any issues uploading or whatever, Caddy's number is in the documents that you got. But it is important if you can to upload it tonight because we need to have an edit turned around pretty quickly.
Okay.
Oh, I bet you do.
Why would you mock the studio like that?
We need to edit it.
Why would you mock the studio just for messaging?
Oh, this has to get out in a week and a half. I don't know how.
Why would you?
I don't know. I can't stop. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's nothing that needs to be edited out of this, though. There's
We have so much other work we have to.
Nothing else should be edited out of this, though. I mean, it's pretty perfect as it is. There's no editing.
So then you don't need it tonight if there's going to be no editing.
Okay.
Warning
shot.
No, she's giving you a warning shot.
That's a warning.
She's like, oh, by the way, maybe I won't edit it, asshole.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Everyone is like, I'm gonna sit down for a 4.5-hour experience.
You know what? You guys are so funny. I think I'll keep the timing you had.